Hello and welcome back to the channel with me, the Orienteering Kid, where today we're back in Milan for day 2 of the TOREMooS Cup. Yes, we are back for the second day of the TOREMooS Cup, coming to us courtesy of Remo Modella. Yesterday's event was very good, I did enjoy it. I thought all the tasks were fair, although there is something I do need to address. If we go into the series, we will see that Station 1 was voided from day 1. This was due to task 1.2, which I did briefly discuss in yesterday's video, although personally I didn't see much wrong with it. I think there was some queries of whether Alpha was in the correct place. But we move on. That still leaves me in second place after day 1, but only 1 second behind Pavel this time. But again, well done to Pavel, it's a well-deserved victory, and we will see what happens today. So yes, we'll jump straight into day 2, which today is again going to be 1 to 4,000 mapping with 3 stations with a zero tolerance of 4 meters, and again it does seem like the black circles will be the playground items. So yeah, without further ado, let's take on day 2 of the TOREMooS Cup. And we will go into Station 1. Oh, load buildings. Quite the pillars, and it's out the front, so it's got to be Charlie. On that, there must be Delta. Over there, 0. On the other corner, 0. And Echo. So yeah, nice station. I'm very briefly doubting myself on 14. I'm pretty sure it was on the other corner. Yeah, we will see at the end. I may be regretting one of my answers there, but that's part of the fun of this. And we will move straight on to Station 2. And the stairs there with the tree and the fence. All the end of the wall is Charlie. Over there at the corner of that one is Foxtrot. The laying canopy must be... Ooh. I think I'm going with Delta there, but I'm debating it. Wrong tree and corner of building Echo. So I did take a long time on one of those. It's quite a difficult one. I think within 4 meters that might just be within it. However, yeah, there was a bit of a debate there. But we will see what happens. We'll go into Station 3. The play equipment with the trees, the bush, the bit of the fence. That bit of bush must be Foxtrot. I don't think any of that play equipment is on the map. And again, I think that's behind, and I think that's between the right 2 trees and paved area, another 0. Again, I think that was an interesting station. We'll come to that. Let's go for the first station, Station 1, which I think started off very nicely. We obviously have these 2 bits of water here, with the paved area going through the middle, and we want this bit of corner here. So without using the control description, we can see that straight away Charlie, and then we move across to this specific bit of building here, and we can obviously see that the bottoms of these X's have been mapped as these 2 black dots and then those 2 black dots, and we want this black dot on the corner, so it must be this part of the X, so it must be Delta. Then we go off to the side, and I zeroed this one pretty quickly because I'd seen that Alpha is on this bit of the wall here, over there, and we want the next corner along here, which hasn't got anything on, and again it's a 0. So then we come across here, and I was right. As I was looking at it, I thought could be Foxtrot, but Foxtrot's not in the middle of the circle. The middle of the circle is on the corner of the water with the paved area here, but obviously Foxtrot is on the other corner, to answer 0 again. And then we come back out the front to the other one of these front 2. It's nice to go a bit circular, so we started with out the front, and we're finishing with 1.5 with the other side of the front, so that must be Echo. So now we come to station 2. We get given this bit of map. I originally thought when I was looking at this would come as a fence, so it did puzzle me slightly when we get this bit of wall. However, I think it's been mapped as a wall, so I think that's fair, and it must be Charlie on the end of that bit of wall, so we're fine there. And then we come across to this side and we get given this building part, and we want the southwestern corner of it, which has got Foxtrot on it, so I'm happy with that. Although I then spent 14 seconds on this problem, and I'm now looking at it and I'm thinking I've got it wrong, because I think it should be here, and I was debating this for a while, but is it within 4 meters? And I'm going to say no now, unfortunately. I was looking at it, I thought it was delta. It probably is a 0. It's probably gone as a 0 because it wants the inside corner of this canopy, which is just here. So yeah, I think that's a fair but cruel problem, and I've obviously slipped up there, but that's okay, we move on. And we have this tree here. So obviously we can see one tree in the photo, but I believe it's this tree just back here, and we can see the start of a little bit of tree here, which must be this tree we're going for, which is off the photo, so that again is another 0. And then we come across back over to this bit of canopy and the building, and we want the corner of the building, so then finally we've got Echo on the corner of that building. So yeah, I think possibly one mistake there, and I was very slow on that mistake, but we will see what happens with the results at the end. And then finally, station 3. Now, I was again querying a lot about this as we were doing it, because I don't believe these 4 bits of play equipment are mapped, but we'll get to that. I am possibly massively wrong. However, first problem is Foxtrot, and we've obviously come in and we've got this bit of fencing here and this hedge here, and everything else seems to match up, and we've got the hedge and we want the western end, and obviously north is upwards this time, so we can use it very easily, and we've got the end of this hedge, so it must be Foxtrot. Then we come out to the left hand side, however, and we're given a piece of play equipment and we want the southwest side. So both Alpha and Delta are both on a piece of play equipment on the southwest side. However, I don't believe either of those two are mapped, and I appreciate I may be getting this completely wrong, and we will find out later. However, I believe the piece of play equipment we want is here. So this bit of slide hanging out here, so it should be a 0. However, I believe we're stood on maybe this bit of play equipment, and these 4 bits should be here, basically in the centre of this paved area. Now again, I commented on this in my video of the training event, but I don't think it's particularly fair to be putting controls on features that aren't on the map. I appreciate it's vaguely clear that none of these are in the correct position and it should be here where this bit of slide pokes out, but I also think it's very cruel to do that, and I don't think it should be really done in events unless you map the specific features that you've put your controls on just for the event. But yeah, I think I've probably got that right because of the positioning, but we will move on and we go to the tree, and Charlie is on a tree, but Charlie is on this tree. We can obviously see the other tree hiding behind the fence, so that one is a 0. And then we're going for another between trees problem, and again I will say that I would have preferred to have a middle or a north western arrow just to distinguish which of the middle of trees that we were going for, but I think centre of circle is definitely on the Echo location, so that is fine. And then finally, this final problem I think is quite cruel, but I do like it. I think this is fair, definitely. We want paved area and we want the northeastern corner. So we've established that Charlie is on this tree and we've got this bit of fencing with Bravo on it. However, Bravo is on the fence on the paved area. Bravo is not outside the paved area as the control description wants. The control description wants the control, and the centre of the circle wants the control, to be here, just on the edge of the paved area and the open land. So I believe that is a 0. So yeah, all in all, I think all the stations were good. Station 2 was definitely the hardest, I think, with this problem. That's definitely reflected in my times. But yeah, I think the last thing to now do is to go and see what position I am in the results. Now, I'm expected to be a bit lower this time because I had one mistake and I took a bit longer than yesterday, but we will see. Yep, and as I expected, we are going down and we are going down, and I'm 70th. Wow. But yeah, it's not unexpected. I think definitely with one mistake we will see what happens. But yeah, I will see you later for the answers and the overall results. And it's now 10 past 11 here in the UK, and the event has finished, and you will see that I am actually not 70th but 12th. So there is obviously, for the keen-eyed of you who have already spotted, this column is full of zeros. Station 2 has been voided due to something which some of you may have picked up on during the event, but I actually didn't, and I've got quite lucky here because what I thought was my mistake has seemed to be in the voided station. It was also my slowest station, so I've got quite lucky out of this. With all the stations put in, I was in about 123rd, but now I've come back up to 12th, and I'm quite happy with this. When I showed the error in station 2, it is obvious it's there, and I possibly should have spotted it, but it does make solving things a whole lot harder when you can't answer the control when you want to. But yeah, well done to Kentaro for winning. It's another deserved victory. 24 seconds for a station is ridiculously quick, so well done to him. So well, let's go back through and let's have a look at reviewing these things just to make sure I didn't miss anything. So station 1 all looks fine. I don't think I could have really missed anything in there, so we're just going to skip straight on to station 2, which does look like I actually got 2 wrong here, and I can already spot my error. So obviously Foxtrot is underneath the canopy here. Well, obviously now I didn't spot it in the competition, which is all the way over here. So why I put Foxtrot for the end, I guess I thought it was on the end of this wall, and because there's no distinct boundary here breaking it up, I just thought that was the building, so that must be it. But that is obviously the wall now. But why am I calling this control Foxtrot? Because it's actually golf. Because if you look over here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 controls in this photo. So this is obviously why the station was voided. It's obviously a mistake. But yeah, I've obviously got very lucky with this, because as we discussed before, I got this one wrong, and I've discovered I've got a second one wrong. But that's taken 85 seconds out of my time because of the 2 mistakes, which takes me all the way down to 33 seconds and up the leaderboard. But yeah, it's definitely fair, definitely should have been done, and all in all, the rest of the station was very good. It's just a shame that that extra control had to be there to block out another station. And for all of you FAQ fans out there, I have a fact from Remo himself. This voided station was taken inside the Fondazione Prada, or however you are actually meant to pronounce it, and it's a very cool cultural place promoted by the fashion brand. It's just a little bit of trivia there for you guys around the world interested in visiting Milan. But yeah, we move on to station 3, and I guess my main comment here was about this unmapped bit of play equipment. But I've been thinking about this for a while, and to be honest, for me, as long as the controls on the unmapped pieces are not used as answers, so obviously we never used alpha or delta to answer any of the problems, I think that is fair. Because it's obviously, would you as a mapper want to map these 4 items? Probably not, because it may just hinder the map. If you put 4 more black circles there, it might just look like one big black blob, which wouldn't be very good for reading the map. But yeah, all in all, a very good station, and it's a shame that we've had to have a second station voided, but you know, that's how it is, and we've got to keep it fair for everyone in this competition. Finally, look at the overall results for the series so far, and it looks like I have moved down to 3rd place. Pavel has held on to his lead, staying in strong. But yeah, we move on. There's 8 more days to go in this series, and I will be back tomorrow with day 3. But for now, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, subscribing and commenting any more analysis that you think I've missed from this video. And I will see you again tomorrow in Milan for day 3 of the TOREMooS Cup.